Hi guys, it is middle of September 2020, so you're talking to Quarantine Jackie, or listening to Quarantine Jackie, and I just had one of my customers ask about my Christmas soap this year, and honestly I had not even thought about it. I don't even know where to begin, I told her, well, maybe I won't do one. To which she said, come on, basically, get going. So, and this is a very dear customer who has bought from me from nearly the beginning. She's a glass artist. You've seen her soap dishes on my soap page. So, Susan, this is for you. So, I come to my soap room for inspiration, and you have to think, months in advance, because we're really thinking it's hot today. As you can see, I'm sweating. You have to plan out several months in advance if you're gonna do anything that's Christmassy. And I decided a long time ago that I wouldn't really do seasonal scents. I wanted the scents that I make to be scents that people really want to get year round. So in doing that, Christmas comes and you usually want, something special. And so I started doing an annual Christmas soap that has a special label. And, this year, gosh, what do? I mean, you don't know how much you're going to sell because you don't have shows. So keeping those kind of considerations, financial considerations in mind, what do? So I come out to the soap room for my inspiration, and my scents are divided kind of how I sell soaps to you guys. So floral scents, earthy scents, fruity scents, food scents. And for a Christmas scent, you pretty much rule out the florals, which I've done. Some of the earthy scents make good base notes to soaps. For instance, there's a scent called something like Santa's Tobacco or Santa's Pipe. Those kind of scents that obviously has a lot of earthy notes in it. And again, it just kind of deepens a fragrance blend. So that's something I think about. And then if you move down to the food scents, lots of things can be used. I kind of pulled out the minty ones, the cinnamon, the vanilla, and behind them are some things that you could add that are just kind of mid, they'd probably be mid scents. So the baking scents, think almond, vanilla, oatmeal. I've got chocolate, so kind of a middle scent. And then any of the fruity scents can be used in a Christmas soap, and I've done many because, again, my favorites are Christmas scent, or fruity scents. So citrusy, any one of those could be used. And I've got several blends of citrus essential oils that would work too. But for this year, what I picked out is one, and all of these in the big bottles pretty much are tested. I've used them in some purpose. Sometimes it's just testing. This one hasn't been used that much. And it is, the fragrance name is Butt Naked. And I bought it because I smelled another soap maker's Butt Naked, but I never brought it into the line full time. But I've tested it. Works great, sticks great in my particular recipe, so it's one that I would have no problem selling to you guys. But when you open the bottle and smell it, the first note you get is kind of that fruity note, and it's got a nice, I'd say mid note, and it's kind of a buttery, not really vanilla, more towards almond, but it's something a little different, something that you can't quite put your finger on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just perhaps add a little zing to it, and I'm going to test it for a couple days, and I'll come back. Got a name in mind, but we'll see what happens when I get that final little test of that. And how I test it, I don't use perfume sampler sticks anymore. I basically just take a piece of my label paper. You can tell that's one of my old labels. And I take a pipette when I can find them. Which, oh, here they are. And I'm just going to put, and I'll stand back a little so you can kind of see this, just a little plastic pipette. And I've shook this up really nice a little bit ago. So that little, I'll let this kind of sit for a couple days and just real world smell it and see now with a Christmas, you know, when that in the back of my mind, what I think, how I think that will perform as a Christmas soap. Hi guys, I'm back. It's been a couple days since we did our test. And when I say we, I mean I. It's only me. You guys know that. We did our test of our Christmas scent for 2020. And it's lovely. I think you'll like it. It's not too fruity. So my sister who hates the fruity smells, I think you'll be okay. I think you'll like it. It's got enough of the kind of foodie scent to make it smell yummy. It does smell kind of yummy. But I wanted to go back. The fragrance name from the supplier is Butt Naked. And what that scent, what they say is in that scent is a whole list of things. I'm going to tell you what that is so you'll kind of get an idea. When I say fruity, it is fruity. So apples, melon, strawberry, pear, coconut, cherry, and those two I think are the ones I couldn't identify earlier when I was talking about those notes I couldn't quite get. Banana, peach, vanilla, mint, clove. And the mint and clove in the blend are probably essential oils. But the fragrance, it is a fragrance oil, so this will be one of the 98% natural soaps. I doctored it a little. I added more mint and clove and almond because I just like it. So from there, this will go into a soap, which will be colored. It sits in the mold for a day, goes out onto the racks to be cured, and then will be wrapped. And when I wrap them, before that, I have to come up with the name of the soap and the special graphic that goes on the label. And so for some reason, when I was sitting here sniffing, doing all that sniffing, which at times looks like I'm drinking the fragrance, just that little, yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus thing was running through my head. So it makes me get on the computer and start researching, and I came up with that was an editorial in the New York Sun in 1897, so a billion years ago. But it just made me think of that, you know, the childhood wonder and childlike hope that the Christmas season brings, and love and generosity and all these things that were in short supply of this year. So but then I started thinking, when I smell the fragrance, I really smell, you know, stuff you're making with your hands. When you're baking, you're making Christmas cookies with your family. So that led me to fruitcake, you know, our favorite thing at the holidays. So I tend to like the funnier names, so that made me think of the fruitcake. And then, you know, nuttiest fruitcake, nuttier than a fruitcake. Is fruitcake, is it a gift or is it a joke? And that led me to Hide. It's fruitcake season. And I think that will be the name of the soap for 2020. Won't know till I get it actually labeled and on the website. But this is where we stand right now. And that's Christmas 2020. And again, Susan, thank you. And I'm going to have a link to Susan's website and her glass art down in the information below this video. So check it out. Thank you guys. Everybody hang in there. Be safe. Enjoy your soaps. Bye.